So if you've been looking to buy a house in Seattle, then you may be aware of how competitive it can be right now in 2022. Hi, I'm Jordan Reeder, your Seattle area real estate agent. And if you want to know the secret to buying a house in Seattle and actually winning against other buyers, then stick around. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about buying a house in Seattle, and we're going to get after it right now. I see this all too often. You're super interested in living in Seattle and finding a house to buy, but the prices are sky high, competition for houses is fierce. There simply aren't very many houses on the market to choose from. So what is the secret to winning as a buyer in today's market? Well, before I jump into the most important secret, I'm gonna first start with preparation. When the right house presents itself, you have to be sure you're ready. Preparation is key to winning offers here in Seattle. If you aren't prepared, I promise you, you're gonna make 10, 15, maybe even 20 plus offers, and they'll all get beaten out by your competition. There's a couple things that I mean by preparation. It's setting the right expectations, it's working very closely with your lender, having multiple backup plans in place, and most importantly, in my opinion, it's running through some case studies on successful transactions so you know what it takes to win. Now, there are many more steps to be fully prepared, and I can't cover them all here in a 5-minute video. But if you are getting ready to start shopping for real estate, you need to check out my free guide. I call it the Seattle Real Estate Buyer's Guide that you're actually going to read. It will take you step by step through the preparation process so that you're ready to win from day one. Just leave me a quick comment below. I'll reply with a link so you can pick it up for free. After you're prepared, what is the secret to actually buying a house in Seattle then? The secret is this. It's to structure your financing properly so you can make a compelling offer that the seller simply can't refuse. Sellers are driven by two primary factors, price and confidence. Price is obvious, right? The more that you're willing to pay, the better. And you have to get comfortable with paying above the asking price in the Seattle market in 2022. You need to think of every financing option that allows you to maximize price. I find that most people determine their initial budget by using a 20% down payment, but there are tons of other loan programs available that can allow you to put less money down, avoid PMI, and structure a better offer to the potential seller. To illustrate why this piece is so important, let's use an example. Let's say you had $250,000 cash, and that cash was available to purchase $1 million house here in Seattle. So putting 20% down, or $200,000, is using 80% of your cash available. 80%. That means that you have very little wiggle room to offer anything above the $1 million asking price, and even less if you have any issues throughout the transaction. Now on the flip side, let's say that you put 10% down instead of 20. This will make $100,000 more cash available to you, or put another way, you'll only be using 40% of your original $250,000 in cash. Now you can more confidently pay 10 or 20% above the asking price to secure the deal. This also gives you leverage to potentially secure the deal early, out from under any other interested parties, and still have money left over. Now I know what you might be thinking. What if I'm not willing to pay that much money for the house? Well, the reality is that if you're interested in a property here in Seattle, you will have to get comfortable paying above the list price, knowing that the market will catch up to that higher value over the long term. Now, if you can't stomach paying 10 or 20% above that asking price, I recommend looking at less expensive real estate so that you can start making offers above the listing price. Now, a caveat, this is far from a one-size-fits-all approach to buying here, but I promise you that structuring your financing properly is the #1 secret to buying a house here in Seattle, and it's often overlooked. Each buyer is going to have a unique set of circumstances, and so it's important to start working with the right professionals immediately. So now that we talked a little bit about price, let's talk confidence. And by that I mean how confident the seller feels about you being able to deliver on the offer you're presenting to them. There are many things we do in this market to help that process, like waiving all contingencies, releasing earnest money early, and closing as quickly as possible. The bottom line is this: your offer has to include the right price and invoke enough confidence that the seller cannot refuse your offer. Now, these are all things that I cover in my free real estate buyer's guide that you're actually going to read, so I encourage you to pick up a free copy. Just leave your comment below And again, I'll reply with a link so that you can pick it up for free. So there you have it. If you're looking to buy or sell a house in Seattle or surrounding areas, please don't hesitate to reach me. I love being your resource for all things real estate here in Seattle. Follow this video next to hear about the pros and cons of living in Seattle from someone who actually lives here. If you got some value out of today's video, please give it a quick like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below, and I will see you on the next one.